Celebrity Shorts.
Kanye says slavery was a choice and gets schooled. Kanye may be one of the best producers of all time, but he's definitely one of the stupidest humans to have ever walked this earth. Kanye West stopped by TMZ on Tuesday and gave the world a peek into the mind of a moron. While ranting about all types of nonsense, he blurted out this gem. You hear about slavery for 400 years. For 400 years? That sounds like a choice. TMZ reporter Van Lathan then called Kanye out on camera and then proceeded to drop some serious knowledge on Mr. Kardashian. Lathan stood up and said, "I think what you're doing right now is actually the absence of thought. While you're making music and being an artist and living the life that you've earned by being a genius, the rest of us in society have to deal with these threats to our lives. We have to deal with the marginalization that has come from the 400 years of slavery that you said for our people was a choice." Mr. Kim Kardashian then ran over to apologize and say sorry to Lathan for disappointing him. But honestly, what do you expect from someone that once said, "I am a proud non-reader of books"? Like what you're hearing? Keep watching. Auld Lang Syne takes on a whole new meaning in Japan. A Japanese security firm is working on a music drone to help curb the crazy overtime Japanese workers put in. Overwork in Japan is a major health and societal problem. The drone by Taisei will reportedly play Scottish folk song Auld Lang Syne whenever it's time to punch out. It will perform sweeps of office buildings, and should it detect workers staying late, it'll let rip with a popular New Year song. As if that isn't enough, the drone will also be kitted out with video cameras to record anyone working past finishing time. Auld Lang Syne was penned by renowned Scottish poet Robert Burns in 1788. Wonder how he'd react to this news.
United Airlines sends rapper Schoolboy Q's dog to the wrong city. Just when you realize you haven't heard United Airlines mentioned in the headlines lately, a fresh new PR disaster pops right up. This past weekend, a passenger's pet ended up in the wrong city, and unfortunately for the troubled airline, this particular passenger carries his own mic. On July 14th, rapper Schoolboy Q boarded a flight from Missouri to Burbank, California. During a stopover in Denver, arrangements had been made for a French bulldog puppy he just purchased to be loaded onto his connecting flight. But when Schoolboy Q landed and went to greet his new pet, he was stunned to find someone else's animal in the cage. Turns out the poor little pup had been switched by mistake during the flight transfer and was on his way to Chicago. As you can imagine, the Grammy-nominated artist was none too pleased and voiced his displeasure on Twitter, demanding answers. Thankfully, United managed to locate the puppy, named Yurndamin, and reunited him with his famous owner a few hours later. United issued the disgruntled rapper a full refund and a public apology, but unsurprisingly, Schoolboy Q still has a serious bone to pick with the airline. He told CNN he plans on suing.
Reality TV star Kim Kardashian robbed at gunpoint in Paris. Reality TV star Kim Kardashian was reportedly robbed at gunpoint in her luxury hotel in Paris Monday morning, resulting in millions of dollars worth of jewelry being stolen from her. 5 masked robbers, reportedly dressed in police uniforms, entered a hotel in the 8th arrondissement in Paris, where Kim Kardashian was staying. The robbers threatened the hotel's doorman, who led 2 of them upstairs and let them enter Kardashian's room. Kardashian, who was alone at the time, reportedly had a gun held to her head and was tied up and left in the bathroom. The robbers took a box of jewelry and a ring, together worth about 9 million euros, as well as some cash and mobile phones. Kardashian left Paris in a private jet after speaking to local authorities about the robbery. Her husband, rapper Kanye West, abruptly ended a performance in New York after he was informed of the incident.
Hallelujah. Canadian rapper Drake is dominating the headlines after publicly calling out a pervert in the middle of a show. While the superstar was belting out his hits at a Sydney nightclub, a handsy concertgoer near the front row was sneaking on the females in the crowd. When Drake spotted the groping, he put the gig on pause and immediately took the guy to task. He warned the gropey fan to stop touching women and threatened to personally go over and mess him up if he didn't. Security eventually kicked the perp out. Thank God. The internet has since given Drake a collective standing ovation and cannot seem to stop singing the singer's praises, and rightly so. With all the perverts coming out of the showbiz woodwork lately, it's nice to see at least one star still has his female fans' back.